Alright. I honestly, I don't think I made it as far through this debate as I did through the first one. I got sick of it pretty fucking quick. I made it to healthcare. And I was fucking done. I couldn't fucking take it anymore. And since they pretty much started on healthcare and then rolled into healthcare, I made it through the first part. And I was fucking done. I was done at Bernie Sanders. Alright. Saying that, I made it through less of the debate. However, I think this is going to be an infinitely better video. Here's why. I'm going to debunk the entirety of the fucking Democratic Party. The fucking lot of them. Like, I was done at Bernie Sanders, but they're all the same thing now. So, the lot of them. I'm going to debunk them. Period. Their whole everything. Their existence. I'm going to go, right? And I got numbers. Oh shit, I got the recipes, bitches. Right? And Bernie Sanders, I have discovered, is my muse. I don't know what it is about the man. He's just such an ass. Like, he's one of those incidentally funny people. Like, he's not trying to be funny, but it's just everything about him makes me laugh. So, right? Bernie's my muse. And I've discovered a brand new meme. Oh, it's so good. And I whipped some up for you. I went a little bit overboard, but I whipped some up for you guys. This is gonna be a fun one. So, right? Debunking the Democratic Party. Economics 101, actually.
Medicare,
I just have to follow up there. How do you implement it on a national level? How do you implement it on a national level, given the fact it's not succeeded and other states have tried?
I will tell you how we'll do it.
I will tell you how we'll do it. The fucking guy, man. I don't know what it is, but fucking, I love him so much.
I will tell you how we'll do it.
I will tell you how we'll do it. Fuck, dude, the guy is fucking amazing. So, alright, first, I know this is going to be tough. I'm working in Bernie's favor here, right? Because the question's going to fly out of your mind through the course. Focus, right? Focus. So, the question is, Bernie Sanders, how do you make Medicare for all work when states have tried it and it didn't work? How do you make it work on a national level when states have tried it and the shit didn't work? That's the question. Here's the meme.
I will tell you how we'll do it.
Oh, like it, I do it like a truck with me. Oh, like it, I do it like a truck. One more time.
I will tell you how we'll do it.
And so,
yes, you're right.
I will tell you how we'll do it. I will tell you how we'll do it. I will tell you how we'll do it.
people love to be oppressed outside.
I will tell you how we'll do it. I will tell you how we'll do it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I will tell you how we'll do it.
It made me laugh. I don't know. But for anybody who's offended by the last one, get a sense of humor. It made me laugh. I don't know. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe it just isn't too soon for me since that guy didn't die in that video. But whatever. So, but yeah, fucking Bernie. I will tell you how we'll do it. So go crazy, everybody. That's your new meme. What will Bernie tell us how we do? That's how we do what Bernie does. I think that's a great one. Fucking somebody needs to get that one out there somehow. I don't know, but holy shit, that was fucking fantastic. Question was, how do you make the shit work through the whole country when the shit don't work at state level? Here's the answer.
We'll do it the way real change has always taken place, whether it was the labor movement, the civil rights movement, or the women's movement. We will have Medicare for all, when tens of millions of people are prepared to stand up and tell the insurance companies and the drug companies that their day is gone, that health care is a human right, not something to make huge profits off of.
All right.
How do you make it work nationally when it doesn't work state level? This is how you do it. When the people rise up and say, we want it, that's how you do it. Okay. Is that like a veiled acknowledgement that it just isn't going to fucking work no matter what? But we'll have it not working when we want it. Because apparently the people in those fucking states wanted that shit too. And now they don't want it. Because it doesn't work. It's a brilliant answer. Look. Everything I heard in both Democratic debates from every person, and I listened to each person at least once on a topic that I felt was important. I got as far as healthcare with the fucking last one. You know what really killed me about it? Like, the other ones were tripping over each other to like show off. Like they were teenage kids. I speak Spanish too. Like fucking that kind of shit, right? And we got a Spanish speaker tonight too. Whatever. So yeah. And the funny thing about that one was, like, the moderator opened by like saying hi to him in Spanish, so he responded in Spanish and then peeled off a little thing. So it was almost like the moderator helped the dude show off that he knew fucking Spanish. Like that was tonight's Spanish lesson. Whatever. But fucking like, yeah, last night it was just idiotic because they were all just like, no, I'm better. I'll give you more. I'll give you so much more. Like they were like that shit last night. Fucking, 2 nights ago. Last night, it was like they all wanted to tell you how sick people were in their lives that they knew. My wife and daughter, Joe Biden's like, my wife and daughter died, and my kid had cancer, and it's just terrible. And then the next guy's like, yeah, but I had cancer. And I'm like, oh my god, what in the fuck? And like they all were just wanting to tell sad stories. I know families that, man, when their kid gets sick and they're looking at those glass sliding doors thinking, that's $5,000 right there. Yeah, or maybe it's not. You know? And like, here's the tip, folks. You call the doctor on call. Your kid's running a fever. You throw it in the tub in some cool water, not cold water, cool water. Bring the temperature down some. Like, slowly bring the temperature down as best you can. And see if that helps. Because you never know, that shit might help. But you call the doctor on call. And they'll run you through things that you yourself can do before it's like, yeah, you should probably bring them in. Because sometimes it's fucking nothing. Whatever. Alright, so, yeah. Here's the thing. How much will Medicare for all cost? Right? Here's what I found. You can shit on the source all you want. I don't... Whatever. But it says, here in the end of the first paragraph, they're talking about a proposal that was made to have fucking no private nothing all through the government. And they don't have any estimates on that proposal because they so rarely do. But other proposals have been estimated to cost the federal government roughly 28 to 32 trillion over a decade. Right? Let's call the median, for shits and giggles, we'll call it 29.5 trillion. Right? Well, 29.5 trillion over 10 years. That's how much Medicare for all will cost. Right? Now, okay? Nothing else. Just Medicare for all. No fucking free college. No $1,000 a month. None of the fucking rest of it. All that other pretty shit that they're fucking throwing at you that they're going to give you for free, I ain't counting any of that. None of it. Just healthcare. For 10 years. Consider that. 10 years. 10 years and that's it. You're going to have to get more money after that 10 years. 10 years. Now, we're going to say the median between 28 and 30 whatever. 29.5. Why not? It's a nice round number. My next graph. Here is the total wealth of the top 1% and bottom 50%. Right? The total wealth of the top 1% is $29.5 trillion. That's fucking amazing. How is it such a perfect number? Because God is a comedian. And he loves comedians. And he's helping me out today. $29.5 trillion. That is how much money the top 1% have in wealth. Now, the economics 101 part. There's two things that we're talking about, right? Wealth, which is how much money you have, and income, which is how much money you make. Right? How much money you have is your wealth. How much money you make is your income. But people don't consider that shit because nobody really explains that shit because nobody really talks about the fucking numbers. And here's why. The 1% make up $29.5 trillion provided that they are absolutely liquid. This for, I'm guessing, all of them, would mean that they would then have no income because they would have to sell the companies that they run. So their income would be gone. This is their wealth. This is their liquid assets against their fucking detriments, whatever it's called, right? How much money they possess liquid. If Bernie Sanders were to be president and force the 1% that has $29.5 trillion to liquidate all of their money, all of their assets into tangible dollars, and then said, now we are going to take every blessed red fucking cent of it from you. That 1%, which is a small portion of people, right, now become homeless, right? They have nothing now. They have no job. They have no home. They have no possessions because they had to liquidate all of their possessions to accumulate their wealth into dollars so that Bernie Sanders could take it so that he can pay for health care for 10 years. And then all of that is gone. 10 years later, 2030, all of that is gone. Medicare for all is now flat broke and fucking busted 10 years later. So, I guess we're going to have to carve off the next 1%. However, that much is not going to get us 10 years because that is not going to be 29.5 trillion. That might get us maybe 5 years. And then after that, we're going to have to slice the next 1%, which will probably get us maybe a year. And then we're going to have to slice 5% because, you know, we got to go another year. And then another 10% on top of that. And then the next year, 20. And then the next year, we're all fucking broke except for 10%. Who now own the entirety of the wealth. However, they were our former poor people. So, you teenagers out there right now who are all so fucking all fire in support of the Democrats because they're going to give you free shit. This is simply healthcare alone. You've got 20 years. After that, we're all broke. And no more healthcare for you. It's math, folks. Fucking. So how are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay to give people $1,000 a month? And this motherfucker is saying that it would be scaling for like families. So he's like, certain, you know, big enough families would make like 30 grand a year. So, like, I'm thinking to myself, how much in taxes is that $12,000 going to cost me? Because the way I'm kind of figuring it, and I'm kind of being generous just because I don't want to actually seriously fucking run the numbers, I'm thinking it's probably going to cost me about $15,000 in additional tax revenue. So that I can make 12 of it back. And he's like, yeah, people are going to be, you know, they're going to be making more money. So they're going to be more happy and productive and everything's, you know, they're going to get that $1,000 a month. Except they're going to be losing $500-$600 a week in fucking taxes. Not a week, a pay. I was fucking thinking, I was converting it for me. So, yeah, Probably $300 paycheck for you weekly folks. In taxes is going to be taken out extra. Don't worry. The government will subsidize that shit by giving you $1,000 back every magic. Dude, I mean, it's smoke and mirrors. You know what? It kind of reminds me of a thing my dad used to do. My dad used to tell this fucking joke. I used to love watching Magic, David Copperfield and all that shit. I still do. Nevertheless, whenever David Copperfield was doing something, I always demanded to be able to stay up so I could watch David Copperfield. And, you know, he made shit disappear and all this stuff. And every fucking time, my dad, you know, would be like, you know, they tell you that it's fake in the beginning. And I'm like, what? And he says, I'm an illusionist. Well, an illusionist is somebody that creates illusions. Illusions are fucking elaborate lies. So, he's telling you, I'm going to lie to you. That's my job. There's going to be no camera tricks, mirrors, or anything like that. This is all going to be totally magic. Right? So they start off by going, this is the Democratic debate. So they're already telling you, simply just because it's politicians. I'm not even being partisan with this. So this is a government official debate. Fair enough. So they're all going to lie to you, right? And then they tell you about how they're going to give you all of this everything because it's magic. And they're just working you slowly up to fucking 90% taxed again. Because, you know, once upon a time in this country, 100 years ago or so, the taxes were 90%. You know, I mean, wars were fought over, but, you know, it was like 91%. We could go back to that. No! Because I'm not sick that often, but I do eat every day. So no! I can't go down to making 10% of my paycheck. Are you fucking kidding? Like, I'm not gonna say what the number would be. But ask yourself this. I'm just throwing something out, and this is a hefty paycheck. Imagine if your paycheck was 10% of what it is right now. That was your take home because the rest was taxed. Can you live off of $150? That's if you make $1,500 a paycheck. Can you live off $150? If your student loans are paid and you have free health care and you're getting $1,000 a month, right? So now you're making $1,000 and fucking $300 probably a month. Can you live off of that? If that's enough to feed me. I don't know where I'm going to live. I don't know where I'm going to eat at. I guess my car. But I can't drive anywhere. I guess I'll have to quit smoking. Shit. Yeah, gotta quit smoking. I guess I won't be buying video games ever again. Or going to see movies. Doing anything entertainment-wise. But of course, you know what? That $1,000 a month, man, that's really going to make my life that's so much better. Because I'll tell you what, I wouldn't even be able to eat on $300 a month. Fucking that shit. would never. And I don't make enough to where 10% of my paycheck is fucking $150. Hell no, bitch. No. So every time somebody trots out, you know, once upon a time the tax rate was 91% in this country. Be terrified of that motherfucker, or at the very least fucking think about what that means, bitch. You get 9%. That's your take home. Or let's think of it the other way. You get all your money, but at the tax time, you gotta pay your taxes, which is 90% of what you earned for the year. You gonna have that laying around? You can't just be given shit. It doesn't work. It works for a while. 20 years. But only for healthcare. You throw all the rest of it in? 5 years? And then we're Venezuela. And fuck them. They all want to get you there. Like, that's the one thing that I also thought was funny. They said, who's going to be for abolishing private health insurance right off the fucking rip? Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris. Right? All the rest of them are like, no. And they go around and ask each one of them, why didn't you raise your hand? Well, we want to get there, but the way we want to do it is a slow transition into it. Oh, okay. So 25 years then, and then we're flat broke and busted. I don't know, man. I expect to see some fun comments. Thank God tomorrow is Saturday. Answering comments. We'll see if any of them inspire me. I doubt it. But, yeah. They want to give you all this stuff. But they can't. Because there's just no way to pay for it. Like, our GDP, I believe, is like 94 trillion a year. And that's not enough to pay for all of the shit that they want to fucking do. So, like, the fact that anybody votes for a Democrat just astonishes me. It's seriously just fucking numbers and the ability to understand what they mean. It isn't fucking rocket science. But, again, so many people are just watching the magic show. Maybe that's why they do this whole infantilizing thing, where they treat everybody like they're children, so that they'll just be mystified by the magic show. They won't actually think about what it means. How's it done? And every year, every election at least, it seems there's less and less of us that understand how fucking numbers function. Because of the magic show. Well, there you go. There's my debunking of the Democratic Party. They can't pay for it because there isn't enough money in this country. pay for that shit on a long enough scale to where it's fucking sustainable. Is it sustainable? Yeah, we'll get it for a while. Yeah, it'll be great. Then fucking just anarchy. Look at Venezuela. I'm not even fucking shitting you. Just healthcare for all makes us Venezuela in about 20 years. Think about it.